Well, guys, the time has come. DK and I are selling our collections. Ooh, what's up, guys? I'm MD Shady. In today's video, we are going to be selling our Funko collections. Well, not entirely, of course. We're not selling our entire collection, of course. I love collecting the ad icons, the pop rocks. The Simpsons is one of my favorite lineups to collect for Funko, but I definitely do have to get rid of some of my pops. So if you guys have been following the channel for a while, you definitely know that me and DK have gone to stuff like toy shows and different collectible shows where we've gotten tables and we've tried to sell off pops. But with the prices of those tables kind of going up, we haven't really been doing that quite as much, even though it's always a fun time. We see some of you guys out there, we meet new people, we get to sell some stuff, we get to buy some stuff even. Realistically, we just haven't been doing it all that much, so we've kind of come up with some ways to kind of unload some of these pops out of our collection. So basically, the first thing I'm going to start with is, why are we selling pops? Well, there's many reasons. One, the first reason could be, let's say there's a set of pops that we had that's, let's say, like an OG set or an original set, and Funko's now redone that set with brand new molding. Sometimes you want to have these brand new molds that look a lot better than older Funko Pops that you just don't necessarily need to have two of. Let's say, for example, this is not a perfect example, but let's say the OG Kermit and then you have the brand new Kermit 2-pack. Maybe I just want to have that 2-pack and I don't really need that OG Kermit, which is absolutely false. That OG Kermit is one of my favorite pops in my collection. But you guys know what I mean. That's one of the reasons to sell off some of our pops. Another reason is, as you look around, just this corner of the collection room is that we're kind of running out of space here in our filming room over at my place. I got a ton of different sets that I collect and I'm running out of shelf space. So getting rid of some pops definitely helps out with being able to fill in the shelf space with brand new stuff that is coming out that I really want, or some of those OG grails that I've been searching for many years now. And then there's just some sets that get a little bit too hard to collect. I was collecting a ton of Dragon Ball Z pops, and then there was just so many pops that were coming out of a million different forms of Goku and Vegeta and characters like that, that it was starting to get ridiculous, and I decided, like, okay, maybe I'm gonna keep like one or two Vegetas that I really like in my collection, and I pretty much have been selling like all of my Dragon Ball Z pops, even though it does pain me a little bit, but I just feel like I don't really need them in my collection. Another set of pops that I have been getting rid of, I did keep a few of my favorites, but that's the WWE lineup of Funko Pops. I collect the Mattel figures, and I feel like those are really detailed and really articulated and just great figures that I've been collecting, so I don't really need to take up my shelf space with WWE Pops, but I have decided to keep a couple, of course, like I said, one being the Amazon exclusive Clear John Cena. That pop is too good to give up. And then, of course, me and DK actually both do this thing where if we find a bundle deal on, let's say, Facebook Marketplace or something like that, or like a garage sale, we'll buy the entire collection, we'll take what we want out of it, and then we're left with some pops that we don't really find desirable for us. So those are perfect ones to just sell off and be able to get some money back for that bundle deal. Also, if you guys have been watching the channel, you guys know that we have opened a ton of Funko sodas on the channel, and we've opened up multiple of the same can as well. So that means, especially if you don't get the chase on some cans, you're left with like two commons. We don't need two commons, or at least I don't need two commons in my collection. So it's an easy way that I could just sell off a double that I have, or even some of those Funko sodas that I bought that I didn't necessarily need in my collection and can kind of get rid of. So now that you know what we are selling, kind of, how are we selling? And that's a good question. There's a couple different ways. The biggest way that has been really working for us is through Facebook Marketplace. It's pretty great. Of course, it's like free to use and you get a good amount of views on your ads. So it's definitely a great way to do that. I've made a few sales over the last couple days. I did a post that was like a bunch of different soda cans. They were all $5 each. I know that seems ridiculous, but I kind of just want to get rid of these because I have boxes of soda cans kind of just laying around that I don't really need. So I figured I could give people a good deal and then they can enjoy these sodas maybe a little bit more than I can. So $5 sodas is really cool. I have a post for my Chase sodas, of course. I have those listed like just under the going rate for some of those Chase sodas, but some of those do have a pretty good value. So if I can sell some of those off, that's a pretty penny. And then I have listings of $5 pops. I have listings of $10 pops, and I still have to go through some of my more expensive pops and maybe list those videos, as I'm not sure if I'd list them all together, or if I would just do singular like sets of pops. Like for example, if I was selling the birthday Ronald McDonald, and let's say it's valued at $30, and I'd say, okay, here's this pop for 25 bucks or 30 bucks, whatever, or have a bunch of different pops all in one listing. I don't know. Sometimes it's a lot easier to post when it's all one listing, but for the viewer, I especially can attest to this, is when you're watching or when you're viewing an ad on Marketplace and there's so many pops to look at, you might miss over some stuff and it's just a little bit overwhelming. So maybe doing it singular pops or maybe buy like certain sets might be the way to go for that. And of course, earlier I did mention the tables, and we're not done with getting tables at toy shows. We just haven't got one for a while, but I love doing it. It's so much fun, and it's a great way to like interact with people. You get to talk to people. It's so cool to get tables. So we definitely will be getting more tables in the future, and I'm sure you guys will see the videos when we do that. So a question you might be asking yourself is, are we going to continue to collect? And I kind of already answered that earlier, but the answer is, of course, yes, we are going to continue to collect. This is just a way to get new stuff in that we can show off for you guys on the channel, and stuff that we can really appreciate. I have some pops that I might not absolutely love, but there are pops out there that I really, really want. And the fact of the matter is that one of the biggest reasons why I'm starting to sell off a lot of these pops is because I'm saving up for Niagara Falls Comic-Con coming in June. I want to bring a decent amount of money there so I can grab some grails that I've been really wanting in my collection, and so far it's been pretty good. I've been putting the money that I've been getting from selling pops away. Like I said, I'm hoping to bring quite a bit so we can have a great haul at Niagara Falls Comic-Con in June to show you guys a ton of different wicked pops that are super hard to get, I guess you could say. So yeah, this is a really cool way to sell pops, and I've already made a sale today, and I believe that I have another one lined up. And wait a second, he's here. I better go sell that pop. So here's some of my boxes with some of the pops that I have for sale and some random ones out there. And here's a large box of a bunch of different pops. So let's get what we need out of here to sell, and let's go sell these pops. Hey. Yep. Yeah, thank you. Okay, bye. See, and just like that, super easy. People show up right at your door. I know some people might not be super happy about that, so of course you can go and meet people at, let's say, your local grocery store or Walmart or something like that, but I find it easier to just tell them my address. They can come pick up the pop, and then boom, cash in the pocket, and this is going to be put away, like I said, to go towards some awesome grails that I really want in the collection. So it's just a great way to get rid of some pops that just aren't necessarily fitting into my collection very well anymore, and make room for some of those really awesome pops that I absolutely need, those must-have grails. And I know that some of you guys have bought pops off me before, and if you want to continue or buying a pop for the first time, definitely either leave a comment on this video or give me a DM over at MDShady2 on Instagram, and I'd be happy to let you know exactly what I have for sale, what's still left, and if we can go about getting a pop shipped to you, or if you want to come pick it up and come say hello. So I do have some boxes and tote bins filled with stuff that we had been bringing to the toy shows, and I know for sure that I'm selling that stuff because that's stuff that I already decided to sell, but I definitely do have to go through my collection and kind of figure out what's coming out of the collection. Like I said, of course, ad icons aren't, Simpsons pops aren't, Looney Tunes isn't, Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe some Pokemon might come out of my collection. But there are some things like random kind of pop from like movies that like only have one or two pops. Like let's say like a Forrest Gump pop. Don't think I'll get rid of my Forrest Gump, but that's just an example. Or like one pop I see over there is Nacho Libre. Though that's a cool pop, I don't necessarily need a lot of these movie pops in my collection. So that might be one that goes over to the for sale pile. But we'll have to see. I have to go through all of these pops, and it's going to take a while, and I'm going to have to really decide, hey, do I want to keep this, or should I bite the bullet and get rid of it and have it gone from my collection? So yeah, that's going to take a while to kind of go through some of those pops and decide what I'm going to do with them, so I should probably get right to it. So I guess that's all the time we have for today's video. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash the like button, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and ask me any questions you may have about selling pops. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Peace in, peace out.